It doesn't start with a sharp pain, not with a broken bone or a dramatic collapse. No flashing lights, no emergency rooms, just something small, quiet, so subtle you almost ignore it. It starts in the morning. You open your eyes, stretch your arms, then swing your legs over the side of the bed. But today, your feet hesitate. Your legs feel heavier than they used to. Not painful, not paralyzed, just unfamiliar, resistant, as if they're no longer fully yours. You press your hands into the mattress to help you stand. It's only for a second. Just a little extra support, you tell yourself. Maybe you slept funny. Maybe the floor's colder than usual. Maybe it's nothing. But then it happens again, and again, and again. Until one day you realize it's not just stiffness. It's not just sleep position. It's something deeper. Something that feels like your body is unplugging. You don't tell anyone. Not at first. It feels too small to bring up. And besides, you've been told this is normal. Just getting older. That's what happens after 60. Slowing down is part of the deal. But deep down, something in you doesn't believe it. Because aging may be inevitable. But this quiet loss of power, this invisible shrinking of your world, this doesn't feel like it has to be. You start noticing other signs. You avoid stairs when you can. You hold the rail just a second longer than before. You hesitate before standing, especially in the dark. And the walks you once enjoyed now feel like chores. Your muscles feel weaker. Your steps feel smaller. And it's not just physical. There's a quiet fear building. What if this is permanent? What if it gets worse? But here's something no one told you. There are reasons this happens. And there are solutions your doctor may have never mentioned. Because this kind of muscle weakness, leg fatigue, balance loss isn't just from aging. It's often from deficiency. A lack of key nutrients that help your muscles repair your nerves, communicate your bones support. Deficiencies that grow silently year after year until your legs finally say, I can't keep up. And here's the part that will surprise you. Many of these nutrients are simple, easy to find, backed by science, but they're not profitable, so they're rarely talked about. And worse, most seniors take them at the wrong time or not at all. Because when it comes to rebuilding strength, timing is everything. Your body repairs while you sleep. That's when your nervous system resets. Your muscle fibers rebuild, your bone cells activate. So what you take before bed can either accelerate your healing or leave your body struggling through the night with nothing to rebuild with. In this video, you'll discover the 3 most critical vitamins your body needs at night to rebuild leg strength. Why leg cramps, numbness, and poor balance are often signs of nerve signal breakdown, not just aging. The one vitamin that boosts leg strength by over 30% in studies, but fewer than 1 in 10 seniors take it at night. How these vitamins work together, and how to take them correctly so you actually feel the difference. Plus 3 tiny nighttime habits that help your legs absorb nutrients and heal better while you sleep. If you've ever stood up and felt unsteady, if your legs feel heavier than they used to, if your sleep is restless and you wake up sore or drained, you are not alone and you are not powerless. Because even if you've lost strength, even if your muscles have faded, your body still knows how to rebuild if you give it the signal. That signal starts tonight. Let's begin. Your legs don't just move because of muscles. They move because of communication. A signal leaves your brain, travels down your spine, and reaches your feet through a highway of nerves. But what happens when the signal breaks? What happens when the line is frayed like an old telephone wire? That's when you start feeling it. A slow response when you try to stand. A weird delay between thought and movement. A leg that doesn't quite listen the way it used to. Numbness, tingling, or buzzing at night. A sudden cramp that wakes you from sleep. These aren't just signs of aging. They're signs that your nervous system is struggling. and one of the most common causes, a quiet but powerful deficiency in vitamin B12. So what is B12? Vitamin B12 is essential for building the myelin sheath, the protective coating around your nerves. Think of it like the rubber insulation around a wire. It keeps the signal clean, fast, and accurate. But after age 60, many people lose the ability to absorb B12 efficiently. Even if you eat meat, fish, or eggs, your stomach may not produce enough hydrochloric acid to release B12 from food. In fact, the National Institutes of Health estimates that up to 43% of seniors have low or borderline B12 levels, many without knowing it. That's nearly half. And here's the scary part. The symptoms don't show up all at once. They build slowly, like a fog rolling in. You might notice tingling in your feet or hands, stiff calves that don't relax, trouble keeping your balance, twitching or jerking at night, difficulty walking in the dark, legs that feel weak, even though you haven't lost muscle mass. It feels like your legs are disconnected, like the wires are still there, but the message isn't getting through. The science is clear. A 2017 study published in Neurology tracked over 2,500 seniors for several years. It found that those with low B12 levels were nearly 3 times more likely to experience difficulty walking, had a 60% higher risk of falling, showed signs of nerve damage that mimicked early-stage Parkinson's. But here's the hopeful part. This is reversible. When B12 levels were restored in these patients, they saw faster nerve signal conduction, improved balance and walking speed, reduced nighttime cramp, better coordination even in dim light. And the key? Taking it at the right time. Why before bed? Your nervous system repairs while you sleep. This is when your body rebuilds nerve endings, resets motor coordination, and heals the small breakdowns that happen during the day. If B12 is not present during this nightly repair window, your body can't rebuild those connections. But when it is present, the results can be incredible. Some seniors report noticeable changes in 10 to 14 days. More steady steps, less nighttime leg twitching, better energy in the morning, deeper, more restful sleep. How to take it properly. Choose methylcobalamin, not cyanocobalamin. It's more bioavailable and doesn't need to be converted by your liver. Use sublingual tablets. Let them dissolve under your tongue. This bypasses digestion and goes straight into your bloodstream. Ideal dose 1000 mcg once a day. Timing 30 to 60 minutes before bed on an empty stomach. If you're on acid-reducing medications like PPIs, diabetic drugs like metformin, or have had gastric surgery, you're at even higher risk of B12 deficiency. This one vitamin could be the missing piece that reconnects your mind to your legs. A story from my clinic. Mr. Harold, 74, came in using a cane. Not because he lacked strength, but because he said, "My legs just don't trust me anymore." He had numbness in his feet, occasional tripping, and leg cramps that woke him at 3 a.m. After 2 weeks of nightly B12, he returned with a smile. By week 6, he walked in without his cane. "Doctor," he said, "I'm not racing anyone, but I finally feel like my legs belong to me again." That's the power of a simple signal sent at the right time. And now let's move to a vitamin that works hand in hand with B12. Because while B12 helps the message reach your muscles, vitamin D3 gives your muscles the fuel to act on that message. Let's talk about the second vitamin your legs are silently asking for. If B12 is the signal, then vitamin D3 is the strength behind it. You've heard of D3 before, the sunshine vitamin. You may already take it for your bones. But very few people, even doctors, talk about what D3 really does for your muscles, especially your legs. Here's the truth. Without enough D3, your muscles can't rebuild. Not fully, not deeply, not the way they need to after age 60. Let's rewind a little. As we get older, muscle recovery slows down. A walk around the block that once refreshed you now leaves you sore the next morning. Your legs tire faster. You sit down more often. You push less, rest more. not because of laziness, but because your body is lacking something it used to produce naturally. And one of those critical missing pieces is vitamin D3. D3 plays a direct role in muscle protein synthesis, the process your body uses to rebuild muscle tissue after daily use. When you're young, your body makes D3 from sunlight, but after 60, your skin produces up to 75% less D3 from the same amount of sunlight. That means even if you go for walks every day, you still might be deficient. And if you're low in D3, your body can't repair what breaks. Your muscles weaken. Balance suffers. Your legs feel sore longer. And little by little, sarcopenia creeps in. What is sarcopenia? It's the medical term for age-related muscle loss, and it's shockingly common. Studies show that nearly 1 in 3 adults over 60 experience noticeable muscle loss. It starts in the legs. Your thighs thin out. Your calves lose definition. You stop using stairs. You stop walking as far. And slowly, your world shrinks. But there's hope. A 2020 study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism followed seniors with low vitamin D3 levels. They gave one group a daily D3 supplement before bed. After just 3 months, participants gained 19% more leg strength. They experienced 34% fewer falls, reported better sleep, and reduced nighttime leg pain, all by simply taking the right vitamin at the right time. Why does nighttime matter? Because your muscles heal while you sleep. At night, your body releases growth hormone, your natural recovery signal. D3 doesn't just support bones, it activates muscle receptors that respond to that hormone. If D3 isn't present in your bloodstream at night, your body can't complete the repair cycle. You'll wake up sore, sluggish, more depleted than when you went to bed. But when you take D3 before bed with the right support, it fuels this process instead of letting it stall. And here's the bonus. D3 has also been shown to improve sleep quality, especially in people with leg cramps or muscle stiffness at night. How to take it correctly. Choose vitamin D3 cholecalciferol, not D2. Take it in soft gel or oil-based drop form for better absorption. Always pair it with a small, healthy fat, a few almonds, a teaspoon of olive oil, or a piece of cheese. Ideal dose 2,000 to 4,000 IU daily or as advised by your doctor. Best time 20-30 minutes before sleep after your B12. If you've been taking D3 in the morning, don't worry. Just start shifting it to the evening. And be consistent. A story from a caregiver. I once worked with an older woman named Joan. She was 78, lived alone, and had begun to dread the nights. "I wake up with my legs twisted like they're trying to run away," she joked. But behind her smile was exhaustion. We tested her vitamin D3 levels. They were low, barely above clinical deficiency. So we started her on a nighttime routine, D3 and K2 with a handful of walnuts every night. In less than 2 weeks, her sleep improved. After a month, the cramps were gone. And in 6 weeks, she was walking longer distances voluntarily. She didn't change her life. She just changed her timing. So now you've got the signal B12 and the strength D3. But there's one more piece, one that decides whether the building blocks actually go where they're needed or get lost along the way. Because even with B12 and D3, your body still needs a guide to move calcium into bones and keep it out of your joints and arteries. That guide is vitamin K2. Let's talk about it. You've heard about calcium. Doctors prescribe it. Cereal boxes advertise it. We're told to get enough for strong bones. But here's something you may not have been told. Calcium is useless if it ends up in the wrong place, and without the right guidance, it often does. It settles in your joints, hardens in your arteries, builds up in soft tissues where it doesn't belong, causing stiffness, inflammation, even damage. That's where vitamin K2 steps in. What is vitamin K2? It's not the same as K1, the vitamin found in leafy greens that helps your blood clot. K2 does something entirely different. It acts like a traffic controller for calcium. It directs calcium into your bones and teeth where you need it, and away from your joints, kidneys, and arteries where it causes harm. Imagine a construction site. You have bricks, calcium, and builder's D3. But without a foreman K2, the bricks end up stacked in the middle of the road. That's what happens inside your body when K2 is missing. Even if you take calcium and D3, without K2, calcium misfires. The consequences of low K2: calcified arteries, higher risk of heart disease, stiff joints, painful knees, locked hips, tight, inflamed muscles, reduced leg flexibility, diminished circulation in the lower limbs, and yes, reduced balance and mobility. Now here's the good news. Studies have shown that restoring K2 can reverse much of this damage, especially in older adults. In a 2021 study published in Nutrients Seniors who took K2 for 8 weeks, saw 31% improvement in balance tests, 21% stronger quadriceps contractions, reduced knee stiffness and hip tension, improved walking confidence on uneven ground. That's not a miracle. That's just biology doing its job once it's given the right tools. But K2 does more. It activates a protein called osteocalcin, which not only strengthens bones, it also helps your muscles utilize glucose more efficiently. That's critical for older adults with prediabetes, insulin resistance, poor leg circulation, tiredness in the lower body. It supports glycogen replenishment inside muscles while you sleep. That means stronger legs the next morning without soreness or fatigue. So why haven't you heard of it? Because K2 isn't common in the modern diet. It's found in fermented foods like natto-aged cheeses, organ meats. But let's be honest, most seniors don't eat those regularly. And K2 doesn't get the attention it deserves in mainstream medicine. Why? Because it doesn't make pharmaceutical companies money. But the research is undeniable, and the results transformational. How to take K2 correctly. Choose MK7, the most absorbable form of vitamin K2. Look for doses between 100–200 mcg per day. Always take it with D3. They work best as a team. Take it before bed with a light fat-containing snack for absorption, e.g., a few nuts or a piece of cheese. When you do this, you're not just adding another vitamin. You're sending a clear message to your body. Calcium, go where you're needed and stay out of trouble. A story from real life. Marion, 82, had strong legs but terrible knee pain. She took calcium and D3 daily. Her doctor said she was doing everything right, but her knees were stiff, achy, clicking every time she stood up. After testing, we discovered she was low in K2. We added a nightly K2 supplement with her D3, and within a month, she was climbing stairs more easily. She later told me it wasn't about building something new. It was about finally putting everything in the right place. So now you have the trio: B12 to reconnect your nerves, D3 to rebuild your muscles, K2 to guide calcium to your bones and keep your joints clean. And the best part, they all work best when taken together before bed, during the time your body does its deepest repair. But how exactly should you take them? What forms, what combinations, and what bedtime habits help them work even better? That's what we'll cover next. Knowing what to take is only part of the equation. To truly feel results, you need to know how to take them, and more importantly, when. Because these vitamins don't just work in isolation. They interact with your food, your sleep cycle, your hydration levels, and even your movements in the final hours before bed. So let's make this easy. Here's exactly how to take these 3 vitamins step by step, starting tonight. Step 1. Start with vitamin B12, the nerve reconnector. Use methylcobalamin, not cyanocobalamin. Choose sublingual under the tongue tablets for faster absorption. Dose 1000 mcg. Timing 30 to 60 minutes before bed on an empty stomach. Why B12 is best absorbed without food in the way. Your nervous system begins repair mode as you fall asleep, so giving B12 right before sleep ensures it's available during this crucial window. Step 2. Combine vitamin D3 plus K2, the repair and direction duo. Choose soft gels or oil-based drops for better absorption. Make sure your D3 is cholecalciferol, not ergocalciferol D2. K2 should be in the MK7 form for long-lasting effect. Dose: D3 2000-4000 IU. K2 100-200 mcg. Take them together about 20-30 minutes before sleep. Pair with a small fat-based snack, a spoon of almond butter, 6 to 10 walnuts, a slice of aged cheese, or a few avocado slices. Why both D3 and K2 are fat-soluble, which means they need fat to be absorbed properly. A small evening snack with healthy fat can boost absorption dramatically without disrupting your sleep. Step 3. Make it a ritual. Place all 3 supplements in a tray next to your toothbrush or your bedside lamp. Set a nightly alarm or reminder titled Leg Repair Time. Track changes in a small notebook. How do your legs feel in the morning? Are you sleeping more deeply? Has your balance improved after a week, 2 weeks? The key isn't doing it perfectly, it's doing it consistently. But supplements alone can only go so far. If you want to multiply the benefits, there are 3 bedtime habits that make everything work better. Let's walk through them now. 3 nighttime habits that boost leg recovery. Habit number 1. Hydrate with intention. Mild dehydration affects everything: blood flow, nutrient delivery, nerve function, muscle tone. If you don't have enough water in your system, your vitamins can't travel efficiently, your muscles can't flush toxins, and your circulation suffers. What to do? Drink a glass of water every 90 minutes during the day. Add a slice of lemon or cucumber if needed. Stop drinking 1 hour before bed to avoid nighttime bathroom trips. Bonus: add a pinch of sea salt and a dash of lemon juice to 1 glass in the evening for electrolyte support. Habit number 2. Keep dinner light, clean, and early. Heavy meals late at night interfere with nutrient absorption and hormonal repair cycles. Your body must choose digest or rebuild. If it's still working to break down pasta or dessert, it won't be optimizing muscle or nerve recovery. What to do? Eat dinner 5 to 3 hours before bed. Keep it light and anti-inflammatory. Grilled chicken, fish, leafy greens, lentils, olive oil. Avoid bread, rice, sugar-processed sauces, late-night snacking. Result: your vitamins work better. Your sleep improves your legs. Repair faster. Habit 3. Move your legs gently before bed. This may be the most underrated recovery habit. Even 5 minutes of light leg movement increases blood flow, stimulates nerve endings, and makes sure the nutrients you just took actually reach your muscles and joints. Try this routine: 10 seated leg extensions, 10 slow ankle rolls per side, 10 standing heel raises, 5 deep breathing squats, holding a chair if needed. No sweat, no pain, just gentle circulation and a reminder to your nervous system that your legs are still alive and ready to heal. Bonus tip: after your movement and supplements, wrap yourself in a warm blanket. The heat improves microcirculation and sends your body into a deep parasympathetic healing state. So now, with the right nutrients at the right time, with the right habits, you've given your legs exactly what they need to recover while you rest. You're not just sleeping, you're rebuilding. And your next step tomorrow morning might feel a little stronger than the last. You didn't lose your strength overnight. You lost it gradually, in quiet ways, in the tiny hesitations, the slow rises from the couch, the skipped walks, the moments when your leg said not now, and you listened. But what if I told you you can reclaim it the same way, gently, patiently, one night at a time, not through big dramatic changes, not through punishing workouts or overwhelming routines, but through something deeper: consistency, awareness, and trust in your body's quiet wisdom. Because here's the truth: your body hasn't given up on you. It's simply been waiting for you to send the right signal. Each time you take that B12 under your tongue, each time you nourish your body with D3 and K2, each time you sip water, stretch your legs, eat a little cleaner, move a little more intentionally, you are telling your body, I'm here, I care, I want to keep walking, I want to stay independent, I want to feel strong in my own skin again. And your body will listen. Because even in your 60s, 70s, 80s, you still regenerate. Your muscles still respond. Your nerves still fire. Your bones still rebuild. You are not a finished story. You are a living, healing, adapting organism, and your legs, those legs that have carried you through decades of joy, work, sorrow, and movement, they deserve your care. They deserve to heal. And they will, if you keep showing up one night at a time. So where do you go from here? Start tonight. No pressure, no perfection. Just begin. Take your B12, take your D3 and K2 with a light snack. Move your legs gently. Drink your water. Go to bed knowing you did something good for your body, something small but powerful. And tomorrow, maybe your legs feel a little steadier. Maybe you wake up without that familiar stiffness. Maybe stairs feel less intimidating. Maybe, just maybe, you trust your body again. Because aging doesn't have to mean shrinking, or disappearing, or giving up movement, or handing your independence to time. Aging can mean wisdom, and restoration, and strength, built slowly, beautifully with care. If this message spoke to you, share it. Share it with a loved one whose legs are slowing down, with a neighbor who's stopped going for walks, with someone who's lost confidence in their steps. Let them know it's not too late. It's never too late. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Senior Fit, where growing older doesn't mean growing smaller. It means growing wiser, stronger, and still moving forward. We'll see you next time. And until then, may your rest be healing and your next step be strong. Let's imagine something together. Tonight you start. You do just one thing. You place that B12 tablet under your tongue. Let it dissolve slowly like a small promise to yourself. You may not feel anything right away. You're not supposed to. Because this isn't about quick fixes. This is about the slow return of something precious. Connection, strength, trust. By night 3, you might sleep a little deeper. Your legs may cramp less. Your morning stiffness might fade just a touch earlier. By night 7, your steps may feel more certain. Your balance might hold longer before you reach for support. By night 14, you'll begin noticing what you don't feel. The tension, the drag, the slight instability that used to greet you at sunrise. By night 30, you might walk longer before needing to rest. You might reach the top of the stairs without that old sigh. You might look in the mirror and see someone not just older, but wiser, steadier, still becoming. And you'll know you didn't fight age. You worked with your body. You gave it what it needed when it needed it. And it answered. If you're still wondering, is it worth it? Let me answer with a question. What's the cost of doing nothing? Another fall, another prescription, another piece of independence chipped away. Or could it be that 3 small vitamins taken nightly with care could change the way you age? Not stop the clock, but slow the loss and restore what matters most: your movement, your confidence, your freedom. And if you've started already, bravo, you're no longer waiting, you're reclaiming. Don't stop, even on the nights when you forget, even when progress feels slow. Because every drop of effort counts. Every nutrient is a message, and your body is listening. Every night it will respond more clearly, and every morning you'll rise a little differently. So here's your commitment just between us. For the next 30 nights, you'll show up. Not for perfection, not for magic, but for momentum. And when you do, you'll be amazed what comes back to life when you simply let it. Now breathe deeply, smile softly, feel your legs right now. They've carried you through a lifetime. Tonight, you carry them with care. We're proud of you, and we'll be here walking beside you every step of the way.